Hey guys, welcome back to the shed. Today I'm with the P20 series from White Goods and Interlux.
This is the P20 you're probably used to, which is a 20 millimeter extrusion with 120 degree lateral spread. What's new to the P20 family this year is the inclusion of a louver, which you're seeing here, that cuts down on glare, obviously, and then narrows the beam angle. The other addition is a new grazing optic, which actually does a great job tight up against surfaces. Not only does it work as a nice tight beam, but it also includes a really cool detail where it's an extruded clear optic. So right up against the line of light, you don't have any shadow or fall off.
Right, so at this point you might be thinking it's similar to what you've seen from other tape and extrusion companies, right? It's a light source and an extrusion with different optics on top and the option for a louver. What makes this particularly special? Why should I spec it? And the answer comes from all of the different ways the P20 can be applied and be a consistent light engine in lots of different applications. So what you're looking at here is the grid mount extrusion, right? So if I come to the end cap here, you'll see this is where your grid would slot in and be supported from above. And here's the P20, in this case with a louver, right? So this is this is for drywall sealing, meant to be suspended from these little bars here on the side are meant to have your wing clips and then mount this to whatever you need up in any structure up in the ceiling. I'll sort of turn this upside down and you can see what I'm talking about when I get right in there. There's your P20 in a deep regress. So it is obviously collimating the light because it's going to cut off that pattern. And that's the kind of light source you get when it's out in the room, right? So different purpose, right? I could think of this as like a linear downlighting optic almost, right? Doing rows in a restaurant or circulation areas, things like that. But what it does is it really, really cuts off your viewing angle, right? You really have to come around here.
Interlux has introduced an entire series of perimeter extrusions meant for grid and drywall applications, where with the new grazing optic or the new louver, you can wash a wall or graze a wall and then connect back to a grid or drywall ceiling. So the Interlux website has dozens and dozens of different extrusions for different applications that all use the P20. So as a lighting designer, the thing to know here is that you're going to get consistent performance out of the light engine in all these different applications. What you're seeing here is a mud-in flush application. There's also two different wall washers that I wanted to call out. One brings the P20 below the ceiling line and completely covers the wall from top to bottom, right at the junction of the ceiling and the wall. You can sort of see that in this shot. As we pull back, you'll see that the light actually comes above what would be the ceiling line. So it really does glow that top of the ceiling and right to the top of the wall. This wider shot will kind of give you that impression. You see how the light runs up above the washer? And then my lovely assistant here is showing the completely mud-in wall washer, where the light source lives completely flush inside the ceiling. You don't get that flash effect, but you do get a really nice clean wall wash, a little bit of cutoff at the top of the ceiling. And there you have it. That's a quick 3-minute introduction to the P20. We could have done a 45-minute video on all the different iterations of it, but I think you get the gist. If you head over to the Interlux website, which we'll have links to below, you'll be able to see all of the different application videos that Interlux is producing and sort of give you a real strong impression of all the different individual use cases. But until then, I hope this was a good primer for you, sort of give you a sense for what the P20 can do, and we'll talk more soon.